New information has come out suggesting that the United States is afraid of its warplanes being struck by Russian anti-air defenses. Now, back in April, in the immediate aftermath of a U.S. cruise missile attack on Syria's Al-Shayrat air base, Russia retaliated by switching off the de-confliction hotline between the two countries, where if Russia was going to bomb a place, they would tell the U.S. they were going to do it. Or if the U.S. was going to bomb a place, they would tell Russia that they were going to do it so they could avoid civilian and military casualties. Of course, the U.S. hasn't actually gone along with this. They've given a few token notifications, but then has gone ahead and bombed a Syrian airbase. And Russia shut it down because, frankly, it wasn't doing anything. And this would give them a reason to strike back at U.S. planes that entered the area, since the U.S. really is only helping ISIS anyway. Now, the immediate response to this Russian switching off of the de-confliction hotline, there was a big uproar in the United States about it, particularly with regards to U.S. air operations in Syria. The U.S. Air Force was forced to scale down their air operations rather than risk a confrontation with Russia's very powerful air defense system that the Russians have installed at the request of the Syrian government. Now, this was a case confirmed by the New York Times from the 8th of April 2017, which said the following. So far, the Russian military does not appear to have taken any threatening actions, such as directing its battlefield radar or air defense systems to confront the Americans, or carrying out aggressive actions in the skies, a United States official said. Now, they have also not done what they did do in April by saying that this time they will take threatening action by directing the battlefield radar and air defense system to confront the Americans. This is so explicitly confirmed in the statement made public yesterday by the Russian Defense Ministry. As of June 19 this year, the Defense Ministry of the Russian Federation has ended its interactions with the U.S. side under a memorandum for preventing incidents and providing safe flights during operations in Syria, and demands that the U.S. command carry out careful investigation and report about its results and measures taken. The shooting down of a Syrian Air Force jet in Syria's airspace is a cynical violation of Syria's sovereignty. The U.S.'s repeated combat operations under the guise of combating terrorism against the legitimate armed forces of the UN member state are a flagrant violation of international law, in addition to being actual military aggression against the Syrian Arab Republic, the ministry said. Russia will regard any flights within the area of its Air Force's group operation in Syria as legitimate targets, the ministry stressed. Now, this is all a result of the U.S. acting in such a dishonorable manner, or a very dishonest manner to say. The U.S. claims it justifies shooting down the Su-22 aircraft have unraveled, even the very strongly anti-Assad British-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, which has been basically nothing but a mouthpiece for United States intervention and, frankly, ISIS. They've confirmed that the Su-22 was not bombing Kurdish forces, as the U.S. claims, but it was bombing ISIS fighters, which is exactly what Syria had said. A regime warplane was targeted and dropped in the skies of the Al-Rasafa area. The warplane was shot down over the Al-Rasafa area, of which the regime forces have reached to its frontiers today, and sources suggest the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights that the warplanes of the international coalition targeted it during its flight in close proximity to the airspace of the international coalition's warplanes, which caused its debris to fall over the Rasafa city amid an unknown fate of the pilot. The sources confirmed that the warplane did not target the Syrian Democratic Forces in their controlled areas, located at the contact line with the regime's forces controlled areas in the western countryside of Al-Tabaka to the road of Al-Raqqa-Rasafa. So what we see here is the U.S. deliberately assisting ISIS and its connected FSA so-called rebels. And they attempted to justify the downing of a craft, claiming that it was bombing the Kurds, which are an ally to the United States. And even their own mouthpieces are not backing them up on this. This was an outright, blatant lie. That plane was actually attacking ISIS. And the United States knows that. There's no doubt in my mind that they knew exactly what the plane was doing when they shot it down. This is more of the kind of cat and mouse game that's going on between the United States and Russia right now. Both powers are struggling to press their influence into Syria. The only difference is Russia is the power that has been invited by Syria to intervene on their behalf to help fight terrorism, whereas the United States has gone in on their own volition, attempting to assist forces trying to overthrow the legitimate government of Bashar al-Assad. And that speaks volumes about the military forces that are being used in the region. This has been nothing more than a plot by the United States to assist forces that are trying to overthrow the government, by even going so far as to assist ISIS inside the country. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.